Hi Ethan, hi Ari. Today I'm going to teach you how to cook tofu the way I like to cook it. Okay, what you're going to need is tofu. I like to use Superfirm, which usually comes in this like plastic shrink wrapped style. What's nice about this stuff is it has already been had all the water squeezed out of it, so you don't need to squeeze it, which is really nice. What you can do if you don't have this kind is, and you don't want to squeeze it, is I'll take it out of the bin and squeeze it with my hands over the sink, and that gets a lot of the water out without needing to wait or set up any sort of squeezing setup. The other two ingredients you definitely need is some kind of oil. I'm using canola oil, but you can use olive oil or whatever you have, and cornstarch. Again, like everything, there's a caveat. For cornstarch, typically I'll use cornstarch, but you can use any food starch. Sometimes I'll use potato starch if that's the only thing I have. Then flavorings. You could do salt and pepper. You could cook it in a sauce. However you want to do it. For this recipe, I'm going to use soy sauce, which is a classic. Some MSG and the Joel Holy Trinity of garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. And that should make a nice, well-rounded flavor. Step 1, preheat your oven to 400. Next, cut your tofu into small cubes about 3/4 of an inch. Okay, now we're gonna add the stuff to the chopped tofu in a bowl. I usually don't measure anything, but I'm gonna give you guys measurements to go off of. So 3 tablespoons of cornstarch per block of tofu. So I'm gonna use 6 because I have 2 blocks of tofu. Now let's add oil, 1 tablespoon per block of tofu. Soy sauce, 1 tablespoon per block. Onion powder, half a teaspoon per block. Garlic powder, half a teaspoon per block. And paprika, half a teaspoon per block. MSG, half a teaspoon per block. Now stir it all up. I'm gonna use a spatula that is nice for flipping the tofu when it's already in the pan, so I just have to use 1 wang jangler. And when you stir it up, you might break your tofu up a little bit. That's okay. If some of them break into smaller pieces, they'll still cook okay. And if there's crumbles, you can add that all too. It's all good. Once it looks like this, it's ready to go onto sheet pans and go in the oven. I use 1 10 by 15 inch sheet pan per block of tofu. It's okay if stuff is touching a little bit, but you don't want it to be super piled up because then it's not going to bake very evenly. Now that I've washed my hands, I can throw these in the oven. Do it for 15 minutes, and then we'll check them and flip them. Okay, now it's time to take the tofu out of the oven. I like to just take out 1 tray at a time, give it a little stirring, flip it up. You don't need to be super thorough to make sure that everything gets flipped exactly, but I like to make sure that nothing is in the same spot it was, because that could mean that a particularly hot spot in the oven is getting a lot of concentrated heat. And the other thing I like to do with my oven, if your oven is good, you don't need to do this, but I swap the top chop tray and the bottom tray. That way I get more even cooking. After 15 minutes, I like to see how cooked it is. You can see this has got a little bit of color, but it's still pretty wet and juicy. You want it to start to dry out a little bit and get a little more color than this. So I'm gonna do 15 more minutes. But if yours look more or less, you could adjust your time. Maybe you only need 10 more minutes, maybe you need 20 more minutes. Okay, time to pull the tofu out. Should look something like this. Serve with rice or on a sandwich or with pasta, whatever you want to do. Sometimes what I'll do is I won't add seasonings in the bowl when I bake it. I'll just bake it and it'll just be cornstarch and oil. And then I'll make a sauce on the stove. It could be like orange sauce or sesame sauce, whatever you want. And then cook the tofu in the sauce and you'll get like a nice sticky tofu and it's got some texture. It's really good. I'm serving with rice and carrots and I put a little bit of sriracha on. I would say that this tofu came out a little soft. I definitely could have left it in for longer and that would have been okay. Having dinner with Ari. It's really yummy. For leftovers, stored in the fridge, you can microwave it, but it'll come out a little soft. I like to put it in the air fryer and crisp it up. It's really, really good. You can also do the toaster oven if you don't have an air fryer. Well, if you like the video, leave a like, and if not, you can blame my brothers.
If you like the video, hit the like, and if not, you can blame my brothers. Blame my brothers. Are you still filming?